Good day, everybody. And after seeing the title of the video, you probably want to see my opinions of what everybody's talking about. Well, yes, apparently the Pokemon, apparently they spoiled the ending of the Alola Championship, and in typical fashion, they might as well just spoil it, because let's be honest, in today's day of age and social media, you know, keeping everything secret is no longer a fucking possibility. So why not? We might as well just discuss about this. Yes, they've even tweeted it out that yes, Ash Ketchum has finally won a championship after 22 years. Kid actually did it. So yeah, that's good and all, I guess. Now I have seen the comments on Twitter, and the fan base right now, they're completely split. Like, you have no idea, you know, like, the fan base is completely split. Like, yes, I've seen, you know, typical, you know, congratulations, you know, he won it, this and that, whatever. But there have been some other comments I've seen where I 100% agree that, you know, like, why now? Why is he the champion now? Or why didn't you guys pull the trigger during the Kalos region or in Sinnoh? Those are the two regions that Ash should have won the championship. In my honest opinion, he really should have won it in Sinnoh. But I'll get to I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Now, in Kalos, obviously, it makes perfect sense for Ash to win. But again, I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But right now, we're talking about Alola. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I do not know a damn thing about Sun and Moon, so you have to forgive me on that. Because after Ash lost in Kalos, I basically wrote off the anime for good this time. You know, I was going to give it another chance once Shield and Sword or Ash gets to the Galar region, which is a whole nother topic to discuss. You know, so I said to myself, alright, fine, I'll give Gen 8 a shot, because I just didn't give a damn about the Alola region. You know, first of all, I didn't care because X and Y just left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. Ash losing, you know, in an epic battle. Like, come on, like, seriously? We've waited over, at that point, almost 20 years and still nothing. And he gave up on the series. Now, honestly, I know this show is basically meant to cater to today's kids, as opposed to catering, you know, to the kids who grew up watching this show back in 1998, like I have. But oh well. So that's why I just didn't give. That's why I just didn't give a damn about Sun and Moon. I haven't played any of the Sun and Moon games. None of them. I completely boycotted it because I just didn't care. It's not the same, and not only that, but they changed the formula. They changed tradition. You know, they got rid of, you know, the gyms. There are no gyms in that region. You know, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about right now. Is, to me, Ash winning the Alola region, let's be perfectly honest, it's him winning the Orange Islands 2.0, in my opinion at least. Now, I know the difference between the Orange Islands and the Alola region. Yes, they're both based off islands. They both have trials, which award badges. But the difference is that, yes, the Orange Islands, you only had to defeat one undefeated gym leader in Drake, and you win a trophy, and that's it. And you're just going to the Hall of Fame. It's going by anime logic. You win the championship, and you're in the Hall of Fame, and you're never talked about being the champion ever again. They never mention that ever again. Well, they do mention it here and there. Now, in the Alola region, it does have a legitimate league. You know, I know it has trials, this and that, but also, you have to wonder, what kind of competition does the Alola region have compared to Sinnoh and compared to Kalos? You know, that's what I look for into a champion, because when I see Ash winning this championship, I honestly think at this point, it might as well just be a Pity Championship, in my opinion, because what competition did he have? You know, what legitimate competition did he have winning this championship? All right, and and if you're gonna answer in the comments, please explain to me the origins of the Alola region. Like, what the hell is Ash's team? Like, what is it? Like, seriously, because I only saw some still images of the of his team that he had like a couple months ago, before the time of him winning the championship. And like, really, with that team, he's a champion? Like, really, is the Alola region really that weak? Like, come on, seriously? I honestly think his best team isn't Kalos, obviously, but the reason why I bring up Sinnoh is because in Sinnoh was the only region where Ash, rotated his Pokemon between, between Johto, Kanto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn. Theoretically, Ash could have won the Pokemon League in those regions if he would have just rotated his Pokemon, just giving him a super team, giving him a plethora of Pokemon to go with. With the exception of Ash versus the exception with the battle versus Paul. I mean, I know we were gonna get the same six Pokemon to avenge that loss. That's perfectly fine because it told the story, so that's perfectly fine. But so you didn't really need to have Sceptile, Heracross or Charizard in that battle, even though I think it would have been awesome. But that's besides the point. Now I understand that the writers just wrote in Tobias just to basically to defeat Ash, giving him a humiliating defeat and having him finish in the top 4. Now I understand everyone's gonna get pissed off at that. Alright, fine. I mean, I swallowed the bitter pill just like everybody else. It's because I honestly think he should have won, not win Sinnoh, but at least get maybe a top 2 finish with a respectable battle. But no, they just basically had him lose to somebody who just uses legendaries. Like, what the fuck? And to this day, we've never seen that replicated ever again. Now, in the Unova region, I'm only going to say one thing. Fuck that region. He finishes in the top 8. Like, really? Moving on. Now, in Kalos, like I said, like, it wasn't until XYZ where I started watching again, because I just gave up on the series after Unova. Even in Unova, I just skipped all the crappy filler episodes, because let's be honest, they're cringe, and they had nothing to the story. They really don't. I only watched a couple of the gym battles in Unova. Some of them were okay, some of them were just a waste of everybody's time. And of course, who can forget his most embarrassing gym battle against Elisa? And you know which one I'm talking about. Alright. Now, in Kalos, you could tell that Ash, his battling styles, are unique. Also in Sinnoh too. Like, I always bring up the comparison, Sinnoh or Kalos, those should be the 2 regions he should have won the championship. Now, in Kalos, he had a better diverse team, He had a better diverse team. It's a team that you could win a championship with any given Sunday. However, for some reason, I don't know why the developers just didn't give Ash the championship in Kalos. Why didn't you just give him the championship in Kalos? And if you wanted, you could have still had the Alola region with a new female or male protagonist child with a Pikachu. You could have had your cake and eat it too, GameFreak, or whoever the hell makes that decision. But, long story short, that's great that Ash won the championship. That's great. I mean, I'm not trying to be, even though I'm being kind of a negative Nancy on this, I'm just saying, like, it's great he won a championship, but theoretically, how much prestige does that championship have when you think about it? Like, what competition did you go through to win that championship? Seriously. These are the kind of things you have to think about. Like, what competition did you go through? Because to me in Sinnoh, you had great competition, and of course, you had an amazing rival in Paul, who to this day is his best rival. Because that's another thing too. Rival battles are supposed to be rival battles where you want that epic payoff, and in that 6-on-6 battle, that's what we got. That epic payoff. In Kalos, you had good, in Kalos, you had great battles too, but the payoff was going to be the championship. That's what we all wanted. And when you think about it, him winning the championship in Alola, like, seriously, with that art style, like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Does he even look like a champion? Seriously? I mean, and now what? Alola, when he travels through the Galar region for Gen 8, if he's even going to be in that region. Or are we gonna have a new, male or female protagonist, as we should have with Sun and Moon, just to reboot the franchise instead of using Ketchum, who can never win a championship. And now that he has a championship, now what? You see? So what? If he goes to Galar, now what? Is Ash gonna lose in Galar? I mean, you can't have him lose in the Galar region now that he's a champion in Alola. I'm just hoping that in Galar, if he's gonna be in the Galar region, I'm just hoping, if he does win the championship, I hope it gets to a point where you have old rivals or old rivals just be there and just, give us epic battles like before, kind of like a soft reboot, kind of like a throwback in a way. It may be nostalgia pandering, but it's nostalgia pandering done right, And that's another thing that I hated about Sun and Moon is you did nostalgia pandering wrong. You only did it just for the sake of winning the fans over because a lot of people were, didn't like the direction of the show or didn't like the direction of the art style on the show like I did. And I just straight up didn't care. So, yeah, Ash wins the championship. That's great and all. But overall, to me, him winning the championship is going to be the equivalent of him winning the Orange Islands 2.0. That's just me. Because they're almost this. I do see some, similarities there. All right, but those are my final opinions on that. Like, if you want me to, I am gonna make an analysis video of all the regions, on Ash, of why he lost and this and that. I'll probably do that at a later time. I just have to get this out because, everyone's talking about this, and I might as well just get my 2 cents in because, like I said, I follow the Pokemon, anime for so long. I know I haven't followed it, I haven't followed Sun and Moon just because of the reasons I gave you, but I just have to get my 2 cents out there. All right, and if you have anything you want to add to what I had to say, leave it in the comments below. Tell me if I'm missing something about Sun and Moon or anything, because remember, I haven't watched Sun and Moon at all, so I'm just going out there like, how the hell did he win a championship with this kind of team? What competition is there out there? You have to fill me in on that. Other than that, have a good day and peace.
The rise on the fall.